I think I started gaslighted myself into becoming confident. And the funny thing is, I didn't even realize it was working until someone actually described me as a confident person. If you knew me a few years ago, confidence is definitely not the first word you used to describe me. Me? Confident? I used to avoid anything that would put too much attention on me. Even at important events, if I had anything to say, if I had questions, I would not ask because I didn't want anything that would put the spotlight on me, make people look at me and actually know I exist. When I have to talk in front of people, I avoided that for a very, very, very long time. Basically, I did everything possible to avoid being conspicuous. Attention, I do not like that. And also, I really cared about what people thought of me. I really cared about my friends thought of me. So I didn't want them finding me weird or finding me like, oh, she's embarrassing me or stuff like that. So I avoided attention. Oh my God, I did not like it. But the problem was, I wanted to speak. I wanted to share my opinions. I wanted to share my ideas. I had a lot of things I wanted to share to people. So being all shy and avoiding speaking probably wasn't it for me. Probably wouldn't work for the kind of person I wanted to be. I even want to be a public speaker. That's part of the things I want to do. But I was very shy. I was a very shy person. Not like I was shy though. I am very talkative with people I know. But when it comes to talking outside, when it comes to talking to people I do not know, that was not it for me.
I don't like that.
So of course I decided to change. I took the step to, learn how to be a public speaker, improve my vocabulary, to be like sound smart, improve my vocabulary, learned a lot of speaking strategies, a lot of speaking formats, do this at events. When you meet someone for the first time, you introduce yourself. I learned a lot, a whole lot on YouTube. I was watching videos on stuff like that, but nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. I was still not confident. I still couldn't talk to anybody. I still couldn't have a conversation with random individuals. So I realized what the problem was. I was learning a lot rather than doing a lot. I was learning every possible strategy and I wasn't talking to anybody.
Such a waste of talent.
I was just learning to become a confident person. I wasn't actually becoming a confident person. Then at some point, I started gaslighting myself by saying things like, I am confident. I don't care what people think. I will do what I want. I can speak to anybody I like out loud. Like I tell my friends that was there I can talk to anybody, but it's all a lie, obviously. But I was still saying it. I was so committed to saying every day. I look in the mirror. Oh, you're a confident person. Oh, you know this. Oh, you know that. You can talk to anybody. Did I believe that? Absolutely not. I did not believe a word I was saying, but I was saying it anyways. Because why not? I mean, if I keep saying it, maybe I can speak it into existence.
Right.
At some point, I decided that that wasn't actually enough. It's not enough for me to just keep telling myself, I can do this, I can do that. I actually had to start doing things that made me uncomfortable. The first thing I did was standing in front of my class, standing in front of my class and facing my classmates and just looking at their faces. They didn't necessarily have to look back, but like I was just looking at them because normally that would make me very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. But like I decided to start doing that and getting out of my comfort zone because if I don't, I might end up not being who I want to be. So I started staying in front of the class, looking at their faces, answering questions in class, and just forcing myself to be seen, forcing myself to be in front of people. I even went a step further and started posting on TikTok, sharing my opinions, and that one was hard. Oh my god. It was hard because I felt so embarrassed because my friends are going to see it, my customers are going to see the videos. But I did it anyways. It was very uncomfortable. And even when my friends brought it up, or if any of my customers say, "Oh, you're posting on TikTok," I awkwardly laugh about it or tell them something like, "Stay tuned for the next one," like trying to feel all confident. But inside, I was fighting for my life. I was embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, are they making fun of me? Oh my god, do they think it's weird? But then I didn't. I decided to like fight off those thoughts. I just forget about it. And what's funny is that most of the time they didn't actually mean it in a bad way. They didn't. We're not actually laughing. They actually did mean it. But because of my low self-esteem, I was like, oh my god, they're making jest of me. But I just have to continue doing it until I stopped being uncomfortable with sharing myself and speaking to people. Another thing I stopped doing was trying so hard to be a perfect speaker. I stopped trying to use the perfect words, use the right words, or am I not using filler words? Am I using filler, but am I pausing? Things like that. I stopped thinking about it too much when I'm speaking because it made me more nervous and it made me feel like I am doing everything wrong. So I just got to a point I was just like, forget it. If I use filler words, I use filler words. And ah, I don't think people really care about that much.
Who cares?
So I stopped that. I stopped caring about that. I stopped thinking if I'm using the right vocabulary. Do I sound smart? I stopped caring about that. So it became more comfortable with just speaking because I could always learn to stop using flower words. I could always learn to use the right words. I could always learn more vocabulary. But if I'm unable to speak to people, there is no point. It will all be useless. So the first thing is to learn to be confident. And somehow, after pretending to be confident for so long, I eventually became one. You know, I eventually stopped caring. I eventually to realize that people would not kill me if I speak to them. I eventually realized that embarrassing moments do not last forever, except if it was captured on video. And why does it matter? It's going to die down eventually. I stopped caring. That's basically it. And now I am, you know, who I am now. But of course, I still get nervous, especially when I want to talk to someone new. I still, oh my god, I still get very nervous. Sometimes my hands shake. I had my external defense recently where I had to talk to my supervisor that I did not know before. Oh, my hands were shaking, but my voice wasn't. I was still able to like share my words, share my thoughts, share everything without, just speaking nonsense. I was able to like talk, and that was very nice. I really like that. So, did I actually gaslight myself into becoming confident? Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe confidence isn't really something you learn, or confidence is not getting rid of fear, getting rid of nervousness, getting rid of the anxiety. I think it's just getting used to it, making it a part of the experience, making it something that excites you instead of scare you. So I feel like that's all confidence really is. I don't think anybody going up on stage in front of people is not teeny teeny bit scared or teeny bit nervous that they will flop or make a mistake, but they still do it anyways. And I feel like that's the confidence. That's the confidence to be able to just go out there and deliver it, even with the fear, even with the anxiety, even with your hands shaking, but you are still able to communicate what you want to. That's confidence. You just have to learn to live with the little fear. It's not that bad.